This is Marco with Tennis Pal, and this is the Tennis Minute. Spring is here, which means it's red clay all day and every day. The red clay has historically been a very physical surface to play on. If one wants to win on clay, they must have the right balance of aggression and defense. Few players have this balance. Let's look at my top 5 of all time. Gustavo Kuerten. Immediately before Rafa Nadal began to shatter all sorts of clay court records, the best clay court player in the world was a Brazilian named Gustavo Kuerten. Kuerten was almost unbeatable on the red clay in the late 90s and early 2000s. In all, he claimed 3 French Open titles. He would also go on to win 2 Monte Carlo Masters, a Rome Masters, and a Hamburg Masters. Not too shabby for this former number 1. Ivan Lendl. Like Gustavo Kuerten, Lendl would also win 3 French Open titles. He would lift the prestigious trophy in 86, 87, and 89. However, unlike Kuerten, Lendl was able to capture more important titles overall, winning twice at Rome, Hamburg, and Monte Carlo. Also, Ivan Lendl had to do this during the Wilander era. Kuerten did not have a rival to contend with such as Wilander. Number 3, Mats Wilander. Mats Wilander is one of my favorite players of all time. He made winning look so effortlessly with his relaxed ground strokes and cerebral game. He would break down power players with his relentless consistency. In the process, he would capture 3 French Opens. I give Mats the nod over Lendl because although they contested the same amount of finals, Mats won his first French Open before Lendl and won his last after Ivan Lendl. This tells me he was more dominant on the red clay for a longer period of time than Lendl. Number 2, Bjorn Borg. Before there was somebody by the name of Rafa Nadal to come in and win 13 French Open titles and counting, there was Bjorn Borg with his 6 French Open titles. Many people thought this feat would never be repeated, let alone broken. Bjorn Borg could have continued his dominance if it were not for the fact that he retired at the tender age of 25. Imagine how many more French Open titles he would have had. Number 1, Rafa Nadal. No argument here. Rafa Nadal is the best clay court player that has ever lived. The crazy thing about this is the fact that he's not done yet. There's a possibility that Nadal continues to capture more French Open, Monte Carlo, Madrid, and Rome titles in the next 3 to 4 years. People always say records are meant to be broken. However, records that have been posted by Nadal will not be broken. Nadal will stand alone. Like always, don't forget to jump on the Tennis Pal app to stay up to date on tennis news, find groups of friends to play with, and get a virtual coach to help with your tennis game.